Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listener review. I've been racking them up today, but this is one of the ones I was really excited about. I saw this one was coming out and I'm like, oh man, I know this is gonna be good. I don't even care what people think of this, but I have to do a review on this one because I absolutely love the first two installments to this. But this is Albert Bouchard and Imaginos III, the Mutant Reformation. This is chapter 3 of the trilogy. Everything's a trilogy, but this is the final chapter, and it's called the Michael Moonrock trilogy. I knew it was going to be cool. It's funny because if you don't know the back history of this, I don't know the exact story of it, but Albert Bouchard, from Blue Oyster Cult, he left, came back for the album Imaginos, and it was almost it was supposed to be a solo album, I guess, but they just brought in some of the guys from Blue Oyster Cult to fill it out and make it an actual Blue Oyster Cult album. I'm probably getting that story a little bit wrong, but it's something to that effect. So it wasn't actually ever intended to be a Blue Oyster Cult album, but it did end up being one. And then there was, Reimaginos came out a few years ago, and now we finally got chapter 3, and he's got all kinds of people on this one, and of course himself, and he's got his brother Joe, also from Blue Oyster Cult, on this one doing some vocals and stuff. He's got Ace Bouchard on here. He's got a lot of people I don't know at all. He's got Steve Conti on here. He's got Ross the Boss Friedman on guitar on a few of these songs. Greg Holtz on here. Jim Bouchard's got the whole family on this one. He's got Susie Lorraine doing some lead vocals on this one as well. We got Mike Watt singing on it. Keith Roth is singing on it. We got some background vocals by Dana McCoy and Steve Ribley. Just all kinds of people on here and a whole bunch of stuff. Eric Bloom does some narration on it, also from Blue Oyster Cult. There's some Japanese narration on here as well. It's all kinds of stuff going on, and it was everything I wanted it to be and then more. It was really good. It took me back to I was getting a brand new Blue Oyster Cult album. That's what I was hoping it was going to be. It's exactly what it was. He goes back and he touches on a lot of the old Blue Oyster Cult stuff, even on the songs that are new for this. There's little bits and pieces he's drawing from the old Blue Oyster Cult stuff, and he used to write a lot of stuff for them anyway, and when you hear it, you go oh yeah, it takes me back to such and such a song from such and such an album from back, in the 70s when he was in the band. And he's got Godzilla on here, and he's got heavy metals, black and silvers here at the end of it. He's got some old stuff from the older days thrown in and mixed in with new narration and the storyline, which I didn't follow very closely. I was just really enjoying listening to it. So I'm gonna have to go back in and figure out what the whole storyline was, but I don't remember much from the first two either. So probably have to refresh my brain and go through it all again just to enjoy it even more. But this is definitely one I'm going to be listening to again. This one probably is going to spend a lot of time on my CD player. It was fun. It was, like I said, everything I expected it to be. It had the recording of it, the production of it has that, it's crisp and clear and you can hear all the parts, but it still has that 70s feel, if that makes any sense. The drums have a certain sound, I think, from those 70s albums where they're really tight and full sounding, but you can hear each individual drum on its own. It doesn't have that full process sound like a lot of these newer bands have. It just has that classic rock guitar sound. It's the production feels like it should have been made back in the late 70s, and that's exactly perfect. It's what I wanted to hear on this. I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough. I don't think I've ever rated anything a 10 out of 10. I would definitely have to rate this a 9 out of 10. There's a couple spots in it where the vocals are a little bit weak from some of the guests, but I guess when you got people playing parts, you're not going to have the same intensity from all of them. And, there was a couple spots there. It was a little rough in the production, but overall, even with those little tiny things there, I still loved it. And like I said, I'm going to be listening to this one over and over again. It feels like it was the Blue Oyster Cult album that I've wanted from Blue Oyster Cult for the past 4 or 5 albums from them. So no busting on Blue Oyster Cult, because I really like that band. Buck Dharma is like one of my favorite songwriters and musicians, and so no bust on him, but this album was really good. And I wish they'd all been able to stay together, and I just can imagine the stuff they would have made if they had stayed together, with him in the band still, Albert, that is. And they could have done, but this is as close I think we're ever going to get, to having something like the old Blue Oyster Cult. So anyway, let's keep going on and on, but feel free to tell me what you think of it. Like I said, this is only my opinion, but I really enjoyed it. So hopefully somebody else out there is kind of wondering if they should get it or not, wondering what it's going to sound like. I hope to make that decision. And if anybody out there thinks there's something else that's along this lines, or maybe I'm missing something in the newer Blue Oyster Cult stuff that somebody wants to point out to me that maybe I should take a second listen to, feel free. And I always like, share, subscribe. I always have to ask for that. Love the conversations. And until next time, we'll talk to you whenever I get around to the next one, I guess. See ya.